studio, we're going to be talking with Kathleen Taylor about, Kathleen Henry, I'm sorry, about the Republican primary that's coming up. And it hasn't been a lot of talk about it, so we need to find out about it.
Okay. I'm just the person to give you all the information I have and hopefully all we will need.
Good.
The primary is on June 12th in the Hunters Crossing Conference Center from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m.
And that's next Tuesday.
Yes. Now, what is somewhat different about this is it is a single primary. Now, we have had double primaries in the past. Both the Democratic and the Republican parties have had their primaries on the same day. And I know that our closest district, the 10th, we are the 11th. They are having a very contested, both Democrat and Republican, yes. In fact, people tell me that they are getting requests for money, et cetera, and it's not even our district, but that's another story.
Yep.
Anyway, we will have just one ballot.
Okay.
And on that ballot will be one office. And for that, we will have 3 options.
Okay, what is the office?
The office is United States Senator. These 3 people are competing to run against the incumbent Democrat, Tim Kaine.
Mm-hmm.
So the 3 names, and I think the ballot is up there now. I have my reading glasses on, so I can't be sure.
Can't see that far.
Okay. Corey A. Stewart, Nick J. Freitas, and E.W. Jackson. So 3 choices. You will mark just one oval. You'll be in and out before you know it. We are not expecting a really big turnout. In the past, Green Spring has had some record-breaking turnouts, but those have been in general elections when everybody comes. Now, something I want to make clear, Virginia is an open primary state, which means no one is registered by party. I always say we are independents, registered independents, no parties. That means that anyone registered to vote at Green Spring can come down on June 12th and vote. There will be no questions asked, no challenges, nothing like that. Everyone registered to vote at Green Spring is 100% entitled to do so in this election. So that will be interesting.
I have heard very little about these candidates.
Yes, the Republican Club, I understand, has had one for sure, and the representatives of several of the other candidates, but that's it. They are running, of course, for statewide office, so they've got to spread themselves fairly thin.
Right.
Yes.
So is there material available to tell us about these 3?
Dawn Young is very active in the Republican Club, and he, I'm sure, would be the one to phone about that. Also, because I also do the setup for the elections, turning Green Spring into a precinct and the conference center into a polling place isn't as simple as it may seem, but in any event, the Republicans have asked for 3 tables, one in the entrance to Hunters Crossing, one by CS 201, and the other one as you come down from CC. And the assumption is that each of the 3 candidates will have presented our Republican Club people with information about. And of course, there's always the websites. Everybody has websites. Okay. Now, I didn't mention Jerry Conley. He is our current incumbent, which is the same as current, isn't it?
Yes.
Democratic 11th representative. The reason there is no ballot concerning him is no one within the Democratic Party chose to challenge him. So he will be running against, of course, a Republican in the general election. So both Senator Tim Kaine and Representative Jerry Conley had no competition from within their party, which explains why the Democrats are not having a primary. Yes. Okay. Now, as with general elections, there are 3 ways to vote.
Okay.
One is to come to the Hunters Crossing Conference Center between 6 a.m. and 7 p.m. on the 6th. The second way is absentee by mail. Now, I have received several requests for applications. Sometimes people say, can you put an absentee ballot in my cubby? I always chuckle. No, I do not have a supply of them in my apartment. The applications, however, I do have, and I'm more than happy to put those in people's cubby. The problem with that is that tomorrow is the deadline for making that request. So you could still do it by fax, etc. If you're really in dire need of that, please get to me. My phone number will be on the screen in a few minutes, I'm sure, and we can work that out for you.
Okay.
And then the other way is absentee in person. Now, the government center has been up and running with this election since April 27th and will continue to June 9th, but that's a bit of a trip. Our people have had better luck absentee in person at the satellites. There are 10 of them, and the closest 2 are they're the corner of Rolling Road and the Franconia. Yes, so they're the governmental centers where the police and everything are. So you will need photo ID to vote absentee in person, just as you will need photo ID to vote here in Green Spring.
Right.
Just about everybody, I think, now knows that.
Right.
We will be using the new poll pads that have a little rack on the back, and if you put in your Virginia driver's license, just drop it in, all your information will come up on the screen. For the election officers, it's look, Ma, no hands. That's very convenient, and it helps get people in and out quickly, which I don't think it's going to be a problem this day, right. But when we have a large number. So, but there are other things, of course, passports, the specific to voters only ID that the county comes and takes the pictures for us. Now, those, for some reason or other, well, I can understand the passports, but I certainly hope that they soon get it to work so that these cards that are specifically made for that purpose will cause the information to pop up, but we haven't gotten there yet. Another thing I wanted to say about that is the county is coming again. They are really good to us. They love Green Spring. The woman, Patricia Ferguson, who is in charge of the outreach program, oh boy, she can't outreach to Green Spring often enough, because every time we have an activity of that type, we have 30, 40 people come. And so she and her team will be here September 19th, and that will be in the Villager and on this scroll here, etc., as it gets closer to the day. Okay. Now, only the lobby elevator will be used. Okay. When we have a general election, we use the lobby elevator and the one in the back, but we don't feel that the number of people coming will need the back elevator, so just the one elevator. And we will have 5 experienced, all resident, all women election.
Where are the men in
Yes,
these?
yes, I tell you, I know of one in particular, maybe our cameraman, who I wish was going to be there. But in any event, we ladies will do our absolute best to run a smooth running election that we always have here at Green Spring.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I had another question pop up, and now I don't recall what it was. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what it was. Then the Connolly does not have a Republican runoff against him, or is only one person applied for that?
Now, Conley is a Democrat and does not have any competition within his party.
Right.
I feel pretty sure that the Republicans will have someone to run against him.
But we don't have a primary.
We don't have a primary for that, yes.
Okay.
We could mention, if we had another few seconds,
We do have.
okay, something about the general election. Never too early to plan ahead.
That's right.
It will be November 6th, and same time, 6 a.m. to 7, same place, Hinos Crossing Conference Center. Now, the registration deadline for that is October 15th. Okay. You know, there are many ways to register. You can register online when you move or change your address, mostly move. You can register through the DMV. So I am always surprised that still, I've been doing this since 2006. I get as many requests as I do to have an application put in their cubby.
Well, we have a lot of new people moving in here.
We do, and they don't choose to use those other two methods. I enclose a mailing label, and I think that's a big part of our success. I don't have to go looking through a big list of whatever. Here's a label, peel it off, put it on your envelope, good to go. I don't get it back. So I have done 68 registrations in that manner. Since the first of the year, in addition to the DMV and the people able to do it online.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Okay, you have your information now on the election, on the primary coming up. So get your thinking cap on and decide what you're going to do, and come out on the 12th of June for the primary, and then in the fall for the general election. So have a wonderful day.